Good morning, MMTs. 11:03 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Today's date is 3/13 of 2011. What we would like to point out to you clearly is that we have finished 3 weeks since the reversal top of the Nasdaq Comp, and it happens to be the one that has sold off the most since that 3 weeks ago that we had the major reversal. But on Friday, we want to talk about on a 3-minute level that we did come up right here in the buy zones, okay? And we held the delta expansion. Then we broke laterally higher throughout the rest of the day on a 3-minute level, okay? What we are going to do now is take a look at a 60-minute level and why this particular index, and we're going into a triple witch expiration. It's the first one of the year. That's when everything is going to be changing hands, position resquaring within the broader public model, hedge fund manager, institutional managers, you name it, floor trader managers on the exchanges, packing inventory, executing books, the whole thing around the whole model. On the 60-minute, you can clearly see up here where the reversal was. And what I want to show is in the original buy right here. This is what the Nasdaq has to look for. And remember, since we had the reversal, is that you have to have the 60-minute grind in price action volatility. And that's where it started down here. You can see that it held higher on the 60-minute delta expansion and then, made its move up, but closed expanding in the brain, then a gap up to the highs, a retest to the lower reversal on the 60-minute, all within price action, then a gap down, then finally we end up making this move here as we look at this closing bell right here. This is the March move off of the bottoms of the indexes. Now, having said that, on a 60-minute, what we are going to do is take a look at the daily. And here is the daily. This is the most important one because from the reversal highs that we talked about on stockmarketfunding.com, they're on our homepage. And we said that the party was getting toward the top and we needed a correction and it's long overdue. So the thing about the daily movement here is where we burned a daily right pattern with a pullback into that daily top. Now, granted, from the stage one reversal gap down top, we had that price action volatility come right off in here, right off in this half bar, right over here. And we burned right back up toward the highs on a 3-day. It's called 3 crows up, and that's exactly what I was saying during that time frame. But then you slid that bar on a daily right here. And the minute that you took that out, you hit that bottom area again, and then they gapped it up even slightly higher, but immediately with daily reversals coming right back in. And guess what? We're right back down here. This is that major teeny right here. This is the major area right here. This bar right here, half bar. Wow, look at that. Closing 1735. Okay, so that half bar on this particular chart is what we're going to be looking at. And it's going to be in this column of 2717, and the Nasdaq comp closed at 2715 right here. So once again, for the options expiration, is that this is each half delta movement is 13.07 lines. So a half delta up, and a half delta up times 13. That's 3 times 13 movement back up to where that delta drop was over here at this time frame in the morning. So basically what we're going to do here is make sure that everything is populated correctly, which we're doing again. We have all the diamond alerts. That's the reversal highs right there. That was on 218. This over here, just so you know, was on 3.8. This is a 3.9 action. And a 311 bar right here. That it's a daily bar. It's just that it's very it's not blowing up on the chart here, but it's right here in the half of this daily bar. It's slightly up there. That's where it closed. 27.15 right here. So you're up above this previous half bar of 27.08.15 as far as the daily move was starting, but you have a lot of upward delta, half delta expansion is 13.07 per line. So if you go up to 3, that's going to put you back over here at half of this bar. That upper end of that Nasdaq is going to be 2759.67. Okay? That was on, that date, by the way, was 3/7/2011. So you know. So basically what we're going to be looking for is what that delta expansion is going to look like, because it's going to be key specific to the triple witch index stock futures, options, all kinds of things are going to be expiring all at one time during this next week, starting tomorrow on 3/14/2011. So basically the stocks like Google and the Amazons, the Netflixes, you name it, the Bull, the TQQ, all of them alike, is if this thing wants to catch on fire here off of this delta bottom, and we were down 3/4 delta in the yearly formula, by the way, so we know that, and it's this half bar right over here is 27.49. This is where we're going to have to close above, and that was on 3/2. So that's 27.49 right here. You're going to, that's the minimum movement to get back above. It's got a ways to run from 27.15.61. It's got a ways to run right into this half bar right here. Let us not be in denial. So that is a bar that's going to be a key bar of that date. The other one, MMTs, is naturally going to be where this move started right here. This is 27.26 in the short term. That was on 2/24/2011. Naturally, Nasdaq Comp daily. Write the number down. That's your closest one to the closing price right now of 27.15 on the NASI daily index. So this bar right here is the shortest term one. This is going to be your secondary chamber at 27.49. Your third major chamber is going to be this positive bar over here, a closing price above 27.52 or 63 rather, right here, half bar, 27.52.63. So you got bar 1, bar 2, bar 3, and if you happen to make it through there, let's take a look at this half bar, because this was the major down bar of 27.59.67 that was done once again back on 3/7/2011. This number right here, 27.59. Here, I wonder what this info panel closing one says. Closing half bar 27.52.63, 27.52.63 info panel. That's the actual range of that daily bar. But in our platform, it's going to be 59 cents because that's a full distance. Okay, that was just, you know, the closing. This is from top to bottom or bottom to top. It doesn't matter. 59 cents. So that's going to be a very crucial area. So if we go up there and we start to slide the bid on a 3-minute chart and a 60-minute chart, and we start getting weakness, then that means that whatever the call side was at the wholesale bid will have to be limited out and sold for whatever debit, MMT debit profits is there. All right. However, though, if we get that volatility in this triple witch on this daily gap or gap down, left elbow, it doesn't matter as long as it comes. So that's the daily chart. I'm going to also now show you the NASI weekly and why it's so important.